200. Our 200th daily. Pretty cool. Let's get to the second bonus review for the Garfield franchise premium podcast, which is the Angry Birds movie 2, which came out in 2019. It is directed by Thurup Van Orman and John Rice. Stars mostly the same cast, as well as I think Aquafina's new, Tiffany Haddish, Rachel Bloom. Sorry if I'm repeating any names. Pete Davidson's in there. A lot of people. And the synopsis is the flightless birds and scheming green pigs take their feud to the next level. Well, having seen the first one already, and I thought it was all right, I was like, all right, cool, they're doing a second one. I'm there. And so I went and saw this one in the theater too. I think that it's probably, I don't know, it's hard to pick which one. Neither are amazing for sure. I think I like them at about the same level, but just for different reasons. I enjoy the simplicity more of the first one and the origin, I guess you could say, of that one. Whereas the story in this one is much more engaging. The plot is more creative. It's maybe a little bit funnier and a little less. It's still kid oriented, but I feel like there was less obnoxious things in there as opposed to what the first one had. Maybe I'm wrong there, but I think it's, they're all in the same vein, I think. First, big things, as with the first, animation, amazing. Love the look of the birds, don't like the look of the pigs. But overall, quality-wise, I love the snow and ice island and just all of those different structures and mountains. I think that looks really, really good. And the eagles as well. I really like the design of those different characters. I really don't have, in terms of comparisons to the first one, there aren't a lot of different issues. It's all about the same. Like, it's, a little, at times, a little too vanilla, a little too frantic, and could do more with the world building. But for what it is, really not that bad. Worth a watch. And I think it's just, considering it's called the Angry Birds Movie 2, you're kind of setting yourself up there for sounding silly and turning some people off where, like, that sounds so stupid. Like, why would I watch that? And I get that, but I really don't think it's as bad as maybe the title or some people make it out to be. It's really not that offensive. Talking about some specific scenes, though, the main heist, I guess you could call it, like the rescue cat and mouse sort of thing on Eagle Island, is really enjoyable. The bathroom stall sequence is funny. The opera singing sequence is pretty good. Oh, and actually, one quick thing towards the beginning, I do appreciate that they did inject a little bit of backstory with Red and the idea of loneliness and really just not fitting in. And it's, it's nothing new. Just saying that sounds like nothing new, but I think that execution wise, they do a decent job of capturing being the outsider of a group, maybe overreacting or doing something where people see you as strange or whatever, and you just end up by yourself. I think that hits. I could relate to that for sure. Or simply just being a wallflower, I guess. And so I do like that at the beginning. But then once that second act kicks in, it's really just plot, 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 plot. And really one of the only, not to say it's bad, because it's still enjoyable, but Aquafina, she's someone who, at the time, she hadn't really been oversaturated in voice performances. I know I've been saying that a lot in this show. Sorry, I don't mean to repeat myself, but it's just true. Hollywood has a casting problem for sure, and casting familiar favorites way too often. But she's fine in it. I just feel like, especially since this one has come out, I feel like in every other animated film, she appears. She just is in everything. And hey, I'm happy for her. I would be taking all those roles if I was in that position. Totally get it. But as a viewer, she's like Chris Pratt, basically. I just am so tired. There's only so much you can do with one actor in a cartoony animated film. It doesn't matter what character you're playing. There's only so much variety there. And I feel like even considering her as a artist, even though I'm sure it's a lot of fun and it's probably decent money, I feel like some actors should have the restraint of saying, hey, I've been in like 10 animated films over the last 10 years. I need to take a break so people are not getting bored of me, or like I've been in 3 Westerns over the last few years, or I've been in 3 horror films or whatever. I need to take a break from all that. And I think Aquafina doesn't have that right now, as much as I love her. So she would be the only one in retrospect who I'm like, she's in this again, but whatever. Besides that, not a whole lot of other things. It's just entertaining enough. It passes the time, it's diverting, and I feel like I could pop it on and get a few laughs, get a few smiles. I really like the character of Red, and yeah, I would give it a look. It's fun. That one is a also like the first one. It is a 3 out of 5.